Welcome to Style Masterclass, the podcast that teaches women to look stylish and feel confident so that they can show up ready to conquer and slay no matter what size they are. I'm your host, Miss J. You ready?
Hello, everyone. Come on in the room. I'm going to turn on the closed captioning in a second here, and then we are going to get underway. I'm so excited to have you all here. We are going to be talking about stopping the getting ready drama. If you are joining me on the West Coast, the East Coast, a different country, I want to hear, where are you joining me from? Put that in the chat box. We'll hang out there a little bit while we wait for folks to come in the room. I recognize some names in here. Hello. Hey, Kathy. So good to see you. Hi, Laura. Hello. Hi, Heather and Kimberly and Christine and Megan and Terry and Valerie. SoCal in the house. Yes, I'm also in Southern California, and it's still super bright outside. It's so insane. It has not like the sun has not been setting until like 8:30 here. So it's been amazing. Okay. I want to make sure I maximize our time together. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started. We got Canada in the house. Hello from Delaware. So good. I love seeing these. It's so fun when people are coming from all different places, and we think we have learned that this time strategically is the best time to do this call because most of y'all are out of work. You're kicking back, you're chilling, and it's so fun to catch you at the end of your workday. Still light in Florida. Yeah, I think it's just, we're heading towards that summer solstice day. All right, I'm going to share screens and we are going to getting. And let's talk about ending the getting ready drama, how to look put together, feel confident and stylish in under 30 minutes. I'm actually going to keep this talk short because I want to honor your time and stick to around our 45-minute mark. Turn off all distractions. That's how we're going to make sure we get to getting in an amazing way. We want our distractions off. And hint, that's also the key to getting ready without drama, distraction free. If you don't know who I am, I'm Judith Gatan, a master certified coach, personal stylist. I'm a former lawyer. I was a managing partner at my firm, one of them. And I was so excited to create something that helped high achieving, successful women and work on the style stuff and the mindset stuff, marry them together. And now we have what we call the Style Masterclass program. I'm also the founder of the Bonner and Charm School. The theme, the motto, the heart of everything I do is that I believe confident women change the world. Confident women build legacies that change the world. And I teach style as a way of teaching confidence. So here's how we're going to roll today. We're going to play a style game, the 4 leading ladies. We're going to talk about 3 getting ready mistakes that you are probably making or have made. We're going to talk about how to get ready like a boss, which is also one of the bonus courses inside of Style Masterclass. So let's go. I want you to raise your hand or just put Y, like a yes, if this is you in the chat box. If you wake up in the morning and your to-do list queues up, you pick up your phone right away, it's like attached to you, and then suddenly it's like the hologram to-do list pops up. Here's all the things I have to do. And then the other humans come in and they're telling you what they want from you. And the fur babies need to get walks and go pee and get fed. And you're running around all morning. And then you're straight to your computer. Not so much as a second thought about yourself. But you're out the door in your car on your commute and you do it over and over and over and over again. Okay, here. Yes. Kathy is a no. Kathy is a charming. So that makes sense why Kathy's like, nope. Here's what happens, right? I want to ask you a few more questions. Did you have time to shower today? And you don't have to write yes, no shame in your game, but did you comb your hair? Yes or no? And here's the thing. Did you drink coffee and do none of the others? That's okay if that happened too. And here's the most important question. Did you even stop to take a look at yourself in the mirror this morning? I mean, really take a look. Not like glance at yourself and roll, but like really take time to look at yourself and see, what does a woman staring back at me need from me today? Kimberly said, not since I retired, but I still struggle with getting ready. For my retirees, this is really important. When you are in the house all day, are you still queuing up a to-do list for yourself? and still not getting ready. Whether that's like stuff you want to do, things you enjoy, but the getting ready factor is not coming in at all. I've had lots of retirees come through. And what's so interesting is that stage is like carving a new identity for yourself as a retired woman. Kathy, every morning shower, hair, makeup, dress, then tea. Don't like looking in the mirror. And if you don't like looking in the mirror, I want to know why. And you don't have to type it here. As your coach, I want you to start answering that question. If I'm not spending any time in the mirror looking at myself and I'm just like racing off to the next thing, why is that? If I'm struggling to get ready every morning, why is that? And we're going to talk about why when we play this style game together. So this style game is of 4 leading ladies. The names might sound familiar, right? Catherine, Grace, Audrey, or Lauren. And those names are purposeful. I love old movies. But I'm going to give you their bios. So kind of like if you ever played the Friends game, which friends from Friend are you? Are you a Chandler? Are you a Monica? Are you a Ross? Are you a Phoebe? I'm kind of a mix of Chandler and Monica, probably, and a little Ross, I think, too. So we're going to play a game similar to that. I'm going to talk to you about each of these women, and you're going to type in the chat box, I'm a Catherine. And we're like, yes, that's me. Or a Grace, or an Audrey, or Lauren. Or guess what? You're going to find that you're probably a mix of some of these women, and we're going to talk about them together. So here comes our game. Let's play. Catherine is a lady boss at the top of her game. She has a high level of skill and proficiency in her professional life. And if you're retired, you totally had a high level of skill and proficiency in your professional life, but you feel like your style, your current style, doesn't match how you feel on the inside. So how you've been dressing doesn't match how amazing you feel about yourself on the inside. And you want to look as successful as you feel. If this is you, I want you to put Y or yes. Kathy's a Catherine. I got lots of Catherines typically. Okay, we'll keep going. We'll see what else resonates with y'all. I love this. This is so, and it's what I think is so fun about playing this game is depending on the time zones that we're in, or depending on what time of day it is, I get like a pack of people and different things. So Audrey, rising star in her career. She might now have some income to spend. Right? So some of you have gotten to a place in your career where now you have some more disposable income to spend on clothing. You wear clothes that are comfortable, practical, and you buy whatever happens to be on sale. Like it just happens to fit, so that's what you buy. You have beautiful items in your closet, but you worry about what other people will think if you show up to work or online or at church or a committee or with your sewing circle looking too much. So any bits of Audrey resonate with all of you. There's tons of jam-packed stuff in here. I think what I see most often is the comfortable, practical buys of whatever is on sale, but you don't really love it. Like it's just okay. Audrey's resonating, waiting for the others. We got some Audreys in the house. Okay. You'll keep going. We'll see what else. Grace is a freelancer. She works from home. So for my peeps who stay at home all day, listen up. Her style is inconsistent. I see this so often. She's either really dressed up to the nines, whatever that means for her, or not at all. She's wearing jammies and comfy clothes, the same ones on repeat. Maybe she showers, maybe she doesn't. Most of the time she doesn't. We're not judging. We're just here to point some things out. She wants to be taken seriously as an artist or an entrepreneur or for this next phase of her life, but she's showing up a little janky. Where are my Graces? Who are my super inconsistent dressers? Like it's all or nothing. I see this a lot, especially in the online space or the more that we work from home. I saw this a lot during COVID. And now Lauren's. Okay. Lauren's also work from home. She wears what happens to be clean. So my peeps who do the smell test, like, oh, can I wear this again? Can I get away with it? She wears what's on sale with no concern for fit or style. Like if it covers her body, she's buying it, especially if it's on sale. She buys for herself last. I see this a lot with moms. She's the last on her list. And when we get to back to school shopping, she's nowhere to be found on the list. She remembers how fashionable and stylish she used to be. She wants to feel stylish again, but she feels ashamed and worries it's vain or silly. So what mixture of our leading ladies are you? Let me know in the chat. And it's okay if you're a mix, right? Oftentimes we're going to be a mix of a few. Megan said, Catherine with a touch of Audrey. Heather G is Audrey. And Grace. Okay. Janine said grace. And like, there's going to be ones that you're like feel more gravitational pull towards. And that totally makes sense. So we've got some mixes in the house. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Kimberly, mix of Catherine and Audrey. Laura said full on Audrey. Okay. I see you, mama. Catherine with some Lauren, but not stylish. Okay. Hey, and we get to start to pick our own styles and define what that means for each of us. That's partly why we're here today, right? Here's why we start with this. And this is literally the first exercise we do together as a group in a cohort inside of Style Masterclass, because we have to know where you're starting, what are you struggling with, so that we can identify it and fix it. When we talk about getting ready like a boss, and we'll go into detail that in a minute, just like if you were a boss and in charge of other humans, right? You had employees, you were a leader, and a lot of you are leaders at organizations. I dare say most of you are leaders in your own household, managing other humans, talking to the people. If you want to fix a problem, you have to identify what the problem is first. Just saying I need to clean the house isn't as specific as I need to do the dishes. We need to create more efficiencies. Well, where are we being inefficient? So if we want to go back to this, think about this way. If you're a Catherine, typically if your style on the outside doesn't match how you're feeling on the inside, we want to ask why that is. Why is there a disconnect? Why have you been showing up as less than yourself? Why are you shrinking yourself? What's that about? If you're an Audrey and you have some income to spend, but you're having to buy whatever is comfortable, practical, and not necessarily what you love because you're worried about being too much, why is that? If you're Grace and the style is so inconsistent for you, why is that? If you're Lauren and you're buying for yourself last, what would it take for you to be at the top of your list again? So this gives us a great starting point from like, what are you struggling with? So we can identify it, so we can work on that specific problem, as opposed to, I want to get ready. I want to look amazing. Where are you falling down in the getting ready process? So I'm going to talk about 3 things I see typically. And if this is you at any point in time, you hit me up with a yes. Okay. So mistake number 1 is overwhelm. And here's what it looks like. You've packed too much into your morning. And when we talk about getting ready, your brain is like, it's going to take 500 steps to get ready. And you already have your holographic to-do list queued up. You already have your stuff to do, or the demands of the day, or people who want your time and attention, and for you to take care of this or that. And that's true whether you're retired or you're not retired. I mean, women have to-do lists. We have the second shift. We have a lot on our plates. So when we go to tell ourselves, I want to get ready, well, we don't specify what part of the getting ready process we'd like to work on first. We get overwhelmed. And we think we have to do this amazing beauty routine with this amazing shower routine and this whole thing with our hair. And then the outfit has to be on point with accessories and makeup and the whole shebang. And we get overwhelmed and then nothing happens. And oftentimes it's because we're like trying to answer emails, make coffee, make breakfast, pack lunches, do 5 million other things in the morning. We're trying to journal and meditate and pray and exercise and do a 20-point beauty routine all in one morning. So if you are part of my overwhelmed crew, I want you to just put Y in the chat box. Just a letter Y. This is something I see so often with overachievers. The key to combating the overwhelm, my friends, is to be really specific. So Megan, Christine, okay. Like, what part of the getting ready routine would you like to work on first? We're not going to do everything all at once, but where would you like to begin? What's a 5-minute win look like for you, as opposed to everything and its freaking mother in the space of a half an hour? No. If you gave yourself just 5 minutes of concerted effort, distraction-free, what does that look like for you? Mistake number 2, perfectionism. I like to say my clients are overwhelmed perfectionists. Laura said, a well-done brow and lip. Then that is your mission this week, Laura. I want you to follow up with me after that. That's your mission this week. We don't have to be overwhelmed. We just focus on those 2 things. We're just going to focus on those 2 things this week. Perfectionism is something I see. It's like, overwhelm's favorite cousin is perfectionism. And perfectionism often shows up in that you think you have to execute everything perfectly along the way, or it doesn't count. So I have to coif my hair perfectly or it didn't count. I have to nail my eyeliner or my makeup or it doesn't count. I have to make sure that I have a perfect outfit or it didn't count. And you're negating all of the wonderful effort that you may have made. And this is going to require some practice. If you are not used to doing your hair every morning, you're going to have some hair fails. If you're not used to putting an outfit together every day, you're going to have some outfit fails. If you're not used to a full-on half an hour getting ready routine, there's going to be some fails along the way. But the failures are where the juicy parts is, because that's where you learn things that did and did not work. So for me, during the summertime, one of my go-to hairdos is this double braid. It's very hot where I live, and I have a lot of hair. But I didn't do this easily the first 10 times I did it. I had hair sticking out everywhere. You can see some videos where I have like a little patch of fuzz in the back, like not perfect. When I do 1940s hair setting, it took a year of trying and failing, right? And I would like a fro at the end of the day, which was fabulous in its own right, before I mastered how to get those waves. If we stop expecting perfection from ourselves as we develop a getting ready routine, it's just so much more effective. And then we do it specifically. So if you are a perfectionist and you're in that, like, it didn't work out this one day, so I'm never going to try again, I want you to hit me with some yes. Hit me with some yes in that chat box. Yeah. All right. I got some takers. So good. And really the way to combat this perfectionist thinking is like, what little thing am I willing to experiment with, dedicated, distraction-free over time? I don't have to get it right and perfect. I just have to start practicing. This is all an experiment. Jenny said, yes. Okay. All right. Let's talk about mistake number 3. I've never done this before. And this is actually really important to the women that I serve specifically. A lot of you are really smart cookies. You are very successful in your own right. You've worked really hard at the things that you do. And oftentimes when you're a busy high achiever, it's like, give a busy woman work and she'll do it. Give her more work and she'll do it too. So what often happens is what falls on the back burner is the self-care, the taking the time to look at yourself in the mirror and spend time there. We're not taught these things when we're the smart cookies, or we're not taught these things because the women around us weren't interested in them. And that's no fault of theirs. That's no fault of anybody's. You might even have a ton of interest in putting on a ton of makeup, not required. But thinking intentionally about how you're going to dress every day, thinking intentionally about how you're going to care for your skin, thinking intentionally about how you want to show up to do your work in the world, you may not have had practice with. And that's totally okay. I've had clients come to me, and we have all the age ranges. We've had early 20s all the way into their mid 70s as a client age range we've had. And it's so fascinating because all the age ranges have said, well, no one ever taught me this stuff. And there's a little bit of shame about it. And I want you to know that's why my whole program exists, to teach you the things that you may have never done before or played with or dabbled in. And there's nothing wrong with that. No one sits women down to tell them how to buy their first bra. I wish more people did. No one sits women down and is like, hey, here's why that outfit doesn't feel good on your body. Let's try something else. So if you've never done this before, this is just my love note to you, friends, that it's okay if you've never done it before. That's why I'm here, to teach you some tools and to show you how. So if you're in the, I've never done this before, I'm a little worried this is silly or vain club. I'm a little worried about whether this is going to work for me. I want you to hit me with a yes. And if I'm like, yep, I need the 10X mirror. I recently talked about this. I'm like, hey, I've worn glasses my whole life. I used to be afraid to put on eye makeup because I couldn't see what I was doing. Now I have a 12X mirror. I went from a 5X mirror to a 12X mirror. So those are the 3 common mistakes I see. But let's talk about how to turn this around, because I want you all to start thinking about how to get ready like a boss. And this is just like a twinge of the bonus program that's inside of Style Masterclass. But here's the first prong, is boss mindset. I want you to think just like you're a boss and a leader and in charge of things in your personal life, in your careers. This is an area where you could adopt your boss mindset, take that meta skill and apply it to your getting ready process. So many of us, it's like our critical thinking, higher functioning brains, it goes out the window when it comes to style stuff because we're unfamiliar with it. Versus if we really remember like who you are, right? If we want our outsides to match our insides, the way we think about other areas of our life also applies to getting ready and our style. Kimberly, 10X mirror was a game changer. That's what's up, ladies, right? Like I problem solve at work. Just like when I was a lawyer, I was creative problem solving all the time. When it comes to getting ready, that same mindset skill applies here. I remember I have a client who really struggled with like scatterbrain at home, but she was in charge of an entire emergency room department at work. Like the woman was in charge of things. And it was so interesting because I'm like, when you get to work, what happens? She's like, something clicks. I'm in boss mode and I'm ready to make decisions. And it's so fascinating. I was like, oh, I'm feeling this energy. Where's this energy been? And I'm like, that same mindset is I'm in boss mode. I'm ready to make decisions. That same energy applies to your getting ready. What if you woke up like that? And when it came to how you're going to care for yourself, what you're going to say no to in the morning, what were you going to allow to take up your time? What if you made decisions from that boss place? And it was a total game changer for her. Like you could see the shift when she started getting ready. And it's not like she's suddenly wearing tons of makeup or was overcoiffed, but how she cared for herself to get her ready for that important work that she does in the world was a game changer. So for some of you, I want you to put in the chat box right now, what are some boss mindset things that you say at work that you could apply to your getting ready routine? Like, I'm a decision maker. I'm a lady boss. I'm the one in charge. I can say no. I'm allowed to say yes. I'm allowed to take this time out for myself. These are all some ideas that you can play with. I know what I'm doing. Oh, that's a great one, Anupama. It's a great one. I know what I'm doing. I'm so capable. So many of you have forgotten how capable you are, how incredibly capable you are. You do hard things regularly. Style and getting ready doesn't have to be one of those hard things. It just absolutely doesn't. Okay, let's talk about the second part of getting ready like a boss. Priming your environment. Some of y'all, your getting ready areas are a hot mess. So I'm going to give you another client example. I had a client who had clothes in the room upstairs, shoes downstairs. Half of her hair products was in the downstairs bathroom. The other stuff, I think it was like makeup, was in the upstairs bathroom. And then her favorite mascara was like in the car or somewhere else. How many of you can relate to this? Your getting ready stuff is spread out all over your damn house and maybe in your car and maybe in one purse. Maybe some of it's at work. It's everywhere. The problem with this is if you don't have an environment primed for getting ready every day, what happens? You don't want to get ready. If you have to take 20 extra steps tracking down your stuff every day, it's going to be hard to want to get ready. Now, maybe you don't have your stuff spread out. Maybe you're one of these other clients of mine, the client with the chair. You know the one, the chair in your room that's piled sky high with clothing. And you don't really know what's clean anymore. You don't know if the good pants are there or not. And that pile, that giant ass pile, is where you go to find your clothes every day. It's so discouraging because who wants to get ready and they start their getting ready process by digging through a pile of stuff? Or maybe you're in the third category. You go to your closet and nothing fits you. It's like piles of shame every time you walk into your closet. Stuff with the tags on that you've never worn that you feel embarrassed about. Clothing that absolutely doesn't fit you. So you have about 10% of your closet that actually is wearable. That's not an environment primed for getting ready. It's an environment that causes rushing, feeling shame, feeling stifled. And that's how you're starting out your day. So we want to make sure we prime your environment to support you being a woman who has a boss mindset. Yeah. And Obama said, used to be me. Hair was in the powder room as I got breakfast ready for the kids. Like, and of course, women put their stuff everywhere because they're taking care of all the humans in their life and they're distracted all morning gathering their things. It totally makes sense. Yes, the chair or the huge pile of laundry. I have a client, she's She's like, there was the clean basket and the not clean basket. I was like, hey, babe, at least we got a system. At least they're separated in the baskets, right? They never hit the drawer, but that's how we know. It's like, is it in the clean basket or the dirty basket? And there's no shame in that. We just want to make sure, is your environment primed for actually getting ready in the morning? Kimberly said, I've always had to share a bathroom with the whole family, so everything has to have its place. Otherwise, I cannot find anything. So good. And like, what would it be like to carve out a little getting ready space for yourself, maybe even outside of that bathroom? Like creating your own small space somewhere that's just for you. Just want to throw that out there. Okay. Next, tiny tweaks. This is so important because if we don't think in terms of tiny tweaks, we're going to get overwhelmed. Our perfectionist brain's going to kick in and then nothing's going to happen. And I want you to leave with your tiny tweak in mind. You're going to write for me in the chat box. You're going to commit right now. Even if you're not going to join me in Style Masterclass, I want a commitment from you right now what your tiny tweak is going to be this week. Where would you like to focus your getting ready up level? And what's the tiny tweak you would like to make? For some of you, you're like, I'm just going to go clean my freaking getting ready space. For some of you, I'm going to go empty that chair. For some of you, I'm going to focus on a great lip and an eyebrow this week. Some of you are going to be wearing mascara. For each of you, it's going to be different, but I want you to think, what's the one tiny tweak to get myself a win? Because from that, you can build momentum. So let's say we clean off that chair and we commit for the rest of the week, I'm going to keep that chair cleaned off. So I really know what I have available to me. And the next week, we can layer something else on and layer something else on and build and build and build and build, as opposed to overwhelming ourselves with a giant ass to-do list. This is the same thing I tell my students inside of Style Masterclass. We pick a minimum baseline to work on every single week, and we layer on from there. This last round I just graduated, it like caught on like wildfire that they were all going to like do body butter all over their bodies and lotion up every day. And you could tell by week 2, they were moisturized, they were good to go, and they were ready for that next level. And it was just so cool to see the layering on over time. All right, let's see. What you got? Christine said, getting ready before the kids wake up. Perfect. And here's the thing, Christine, I want to offer you like, what would just be like 10 minutes of getting ready before the kids wake up? Maybe not a full routine, but like, what's the smallest amount that you know you can commit to, that you know you can give yourself that win and celebrate like a mofo every time you're able to execute it? Megan, planning outfits for the week. Megan, I just want you to shorten that 3 outfits this week. Maybe we can't do every single day this week, even just 3, we can declare it a win. Anna Palma, this week, add back sports bras from smaller size to active sports bra area. Love that. And I love seeing Anna Palma's journey. She's in Modern Charm School of like going through her clothes, sorting things out, finding what works for her. So good. Heather G, give myself time to get ready. You know, Heather, I love this. And I want to just say, let's pick a specific time, whether I'm going to give myself 5 minutes, I'm going to give myself 8 minutes, I'm going to give myself 10 minutes. However the amount of time is, I just want distraction free. So you're going to give yourself time to get ready, distraction free. I just want you to add that little caveat in and be specific about the time. So good. Let's keep it coming, y'all. Ooh, so good. Kathy said little storage in bathrooms. So have baskets, makeup, morning routines, toothbrush, cleanser, moisturizer, hairbrush, etc. My tweak is to better organize. Ooh, he went away. My baskets and take out the items I have but don't use. Okay. So your mission, Kathy, I want to just bring it down a little bit. I only want you to focus this week on taking care of stuff, like removing things that you're not using. The only mission for this week is as you get ready, if you notice there's something haven't touched for an entire week, chances are you're probably not going to touch it, and start slowly over time taking those things out. Jenny said, I need to throw out my old makeup and keep only what I use and love. Simplify. Yes. And makeup has a shelf life. This is something we've talked about in Modern Charm School. And it can be kind of gross when you realize the shelf life some of your makeup has, and it's just a little bacteria farm. So Jenny, yes, please get rid of any old makeup. It's not good for you, especially mascara. Kimberly said, remove stuff that is, I'm assuming doesn't fit or that I don't use to free up space and remove distractions. Yes. Even just like spending a week removing stuff we're not using is going to help us get ready like bosses. Janine said, work on using lip color more regularly. Still struggling to do that every day, right? And I think this is Janine, who's a Modern Charm School. Yeah, and just keep playing with it. Like get used to having stuff on your lips. and playing with it and playing with it and playing with it. And here's the cool thing. You might find that you're like a clear lip gloss gal and you just like a little sheen, and that's totally cool too. Oh, Kimberly, cool. No worries. Kathy said, okay. Okay. And if I said next week, put new unopened cosmetic into their new home near the 10X mirror. Yep. I love it. Like, this is how we're going to do this, y'all. No overwhelm, no perfectionism required, tiny tweaks and tools, right? And I love this quote. If Coco Chanel even said this, my life didn't please me, so I created my life. This is how makeovers that last a lifetime happen. It's the small, intentional steps that we take. So I want you to just remember, like, what leading lady am I? Where am I struggling right now? What are the 3 getting ready mistakes that maybe I'm making, or maybe one of them, maybe 2 of them, maybe all 3 of them? And it's okay if you've never done this before. That's why it's so good to be in community and get support. Like, look how exciting that was just to see what everybody else's tiny tweaks are going to be. It builds momentum. So even if you've never done this before, we've got you. And then thinking like getting ready like a boss, using your boss mindset, priming your environment, thinking intentionally what tiny tweaks I'm going to make this week. Like, nothing I've said here is just theory or like airy fairy in the clouds. Like, we're actually give you strategy. We talk a lot about mindset. That's why I'm a style coach. Mindset's important, but we also want to arm you with tools that you can practically apply today. And you all are going to walk away with tools you can practically apply today. This is what we do in Style Masterclass. It's a combination of practical and mindset. So here's the framework that we work inside of Style Masterclass. The edit, design, create process. This is the underpinning of every makeover process I teach. So in the first portion, when we talk about edit, we're like, what's not working for you? So like, a lot of you this week are going to go through your drawers and your closets and pull out things that are just no longer working for you, no longer serving you, some old ass janky makeup. We're going to get rid of it. That's one of the first things we do. So we have awareness week where you send a picture of yourself every week and we get to see what's not working for you. What is working for you? We do a closet clean out. We do a mindset clean out in conjunction, right? Because we always want to make sure we're working on mindset. We talk about bras and undies. So we're cleaning out things to make space for this new identity, this new woman who's about to emerge, who deserves every bit of love and care, distraction-free getting ready. Then there's the design phase, right? And these all overlap over each other. In the design phase, we start to ask, what would I love? We help you define your personal style. And this is a really, really fun exercise we do. We do outfit remixing. I teach you how to create outfits. So I know some of you want to do outfit creation this week. That's something we teach. We call it Style Math. We have a very simple way of teaching it to help you create endless amount of outfits. And we teach you how to put that style statement to work from a mindset perspective. So it's not just like, oh, okay, I'm classic or bohemian. That means nothing. The women in my programs who create style statements like edgy rebel, feminine and fierce. Right now I have one client who's like rich mom energy. I'm like, oh, whatever that is, I'm here for it. Because they're unique to each woman, it changes their mindset. I have a client right now, shout out to Amanda. It's sexy, tiny dynamo is her amazing style statement. And showing up as the woman who is that, as well as dressing like her and showing up in outfits like her, it's an amazing transformation. Then we have the creation phase, which again overlaps the design phase. This is where we really talk about creating a capsule wardrobe. This is where we shop for each and every single one of our clients. I'll give you a little bit more details on that right now. And we teach you how to shop for yourself. Because the goal is to arm you with tools so that after our 8 weeks are together, you've solidified your wardrobe, then you know what to do on your own from here on out. You know how to replicate these results on your own. And we have bonuses. So I mentioned there's the Getting Ready Like a Boss bonus, the bra workshop, writing your own Shiro story. And then we have 3 mini classes like personal style statement, frumpy to fabulous, and bye bye janky undies. So this is all sitting inside of Style Masterclass. Here's the thing that's important. When you join, I'm going to be there every step of the way. I think sometimes with coaching programs, you're sold one thing and then that coach is never there. I'm here every single step of the way. I'm on every call. You can direct message me during our time together. I'm the one who shops for you in conjunction with some help from my team. I am there every single step of the way. So here's all the fun details. There is a video library with lessons. We curate learning pathways. So here's what I mean by that. We don't just dump you into content and you're like, what the hell do I do? Where do I start? We literally tell you week 1, here are the videos to watch. Here are the worksheets. week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8. We've got it all laid out for you. If you have more time, and that's what we call an all-in Alice, somebody who's tons of time to dedicate to this, we have a learning pathway for you. If you're a midway midge and you can like do a little bit of extra, but you want to learn the basics right now, we've got a pathway. If you're a basic bed, you're like, I want to enjoy my time here. I don't want to be stressed out. Just tell me the basics that I need to know. We've got you. And the video library access continues even after the program is over. So you can watch them again whenever you're in a new season and want to reinvent your style. We got you. Personal style help. So we don't just wax poetic about stylish things. We actually do style. What I mean by that is we shop for you. We create a personal shopping site for every client. It's dedicated to her size, her budget, her needs. And those look different for every client. We have some clients who are like, I just want you to look for jammies. I have the hardest time with jammies. We just do jammies. We have some clients who are like, from my bras and my panties to my shoes to my outfits, I want the full works for you to shop for. Totally fine. We got you. And importantly, we teach you how to shop for yourself. So you know how to replicate these results on your own. We don't want to leave you to your own devices. And then there's the weekly coaching call with me and your cohort, because we're in a small group. When we say intimate, it's like not a bait and switch. We cap our groups at 10 for a reason. We want you to have tons of white glove attention. If you can't make a call, all calls are recorded and the replays are available within 24 hours. We have some cohorts where people are just really busy, but they really want to engage. So they don't come to the live calls with their team replay. They're fully involved in our Slack private community. We've got you. So I mentioned a private community. We do it on Slack. So it's a little more private. So you can send me pictures of yourself. You can direct message me during our time together. I have some clients who want to direct message me like, my bras came in. Here's what it looks like. Can you give me some advice? Or, hey, I'm working through this thing, whatever it may be. You have access to the community as well. So it's like-minded women. It's high achievers. It's people who are retired. It's people who are struggling with the same thing you're struggling with, going through the container at the same time. So it's not like people who are more advanced are going to be in the same room. All of you are in the same room together at the same place and time, learning together. I'm going to drop the link in the comments right now, and I'm going to open it up to any questions you may have. And I'm going to pop that in there right now for you. Let's go. If you want to hear from past Style Masterclass students, I highly, highly recommend you take a look at the page, because we have tons of testimonials there. You can get an idea of everyone's background, where they're coming from. I'm going to answer some common questions that I get right now. If you're in a different country, how do we shop for you? So we've had clients in Canada, we've had clients in London, we've had clients in South Africa. We just make sure that we shop in a country that ships to you with low cost, or we shop in stores that are within your own country with the shopping site set at your country. So that make sure that's still easy. We can still shop for you. And importantly, we can teach you how to shop for yourself. So it doesn't feel like you want to scratch your eyes out or do what we call ass on fire shopping. Yeah, not fun. So we've got you, even if you're in another country. That's a common question we get. The other question I get is budget. You set the tone. You're going to decide what you want to buy or not buy. We have some rounds where clients are like, hey, I still want you to shop for me just so I know where to go on my own when I have a bigger budget to dedicate towards, buying a lot of clothes at once. I have some rounds where clients are like, hey, can you only shop for things that are within like $50 an item, $150 an item? I had one client who was like $500 an item. She didn't really care. Every one of you is different, and we're here to honor whatever that amount is for you. Yes. How long is a program for 3K? So it's 8 weeks total. It turns out to be about 10 weeks total, because we do have a welcome call and we do have a wrapping up call at the end. So the core part is 8 weeks plus a beginning call and an end call. So total 10 weeks together. We do hit the ground running, because what I find is a lot of you have been ruminating about this for a long time. It's something you wanted to do for a long time and a long time and a long time. And I don't want you to do that anymore. We can totally get this done, solidified, bing, bam, boom, in that 8 week time. So that's what's up. And there's a payment plan. So if 3K up front doesn't work for you, we have the payment plan option of $1,500 in 2 chunks. There's no penalty for a payment plan option. If that works better for you, by all means. Okay, let me clear out this window and make sure I see any other questions coming in. If you want to post an anonymous question, you can always do that in the Q&A box and hit the anonymous button. Sometimes people get a little shy, so I want to make sure that's available to you. Okay, cool. We just had someone join. Hi, Heather. That's exciting. What is the deadline for this cohort? So we begin on June 27th at 5 p.m. PST. So just around this time, that's when our first call will be. And that's when we get started. And that's when this cohort deadline, so to speak, ends. That's not to create false urgency. We just like to do these quarterly and get people right around the time where there's like a seasonal change. So we can get a little bit of the fall prep and a little bit of the summer prep all in one go. And that way you get the benefit of it sort of across 2 seasons. That's why our winter spring session was planned the way it was as well. And we're hoping to do that as well for fall so that people can make the most of it. I recommend doing it now, though, I personally, because you'll get it before the fall and all the shopping craziness happens and all the sales craziness happens. So this is partly one of my favorite times of year to run this as well. Any other questions? Yeah, keep them coming, y'all. I'm here to answer any questions. I love fall winter clothes so much better than summer, despite being south. Yeah. And personally, I think like the season that you struggle with the most is probably the best time to do the program. So you get the benefit of learning how to shop for yourself during the seasons that feel a little lighter and airier. And we can do the heavy lifting for you in a season that's maybe a little more problematic or a little harder to shop for. Love what you offer. Practicing can straight within program at a time. We'll be in there soon. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. My pleasure. And my motto always is like, we want everyone to feel like, hey, this is a joy. This is a treat. It should not feel stressful when you're in a program. We like to create a program that feels like this was delicious, amazing luxury, this gift I give to myself that's going to keep on giving over and over and over and over again. That's how we want everyone to feel. So here's what happens next, my friends. I'm going to show you a little bit on my screen what happens when you click that button, just so you know what to expect. I think it's good for a little bit of a walkthrough. So if you click on that link, it will send you to this immediately. So you know exactly where the button is, but you're more than welcome to scroll the page to learn about all the details, to hear from amazing clients of mine like Anna, to kind of see a little sneak peek of what it looks like when we say we shop for you. These are the kinds of shoppable boards that you can expect from us, but they'll be in your size, your style, your preferences. So this is sort of a taste of what you can expect, but it'll be personalized to you. That's the big differentiator between this and Modern Charm School. Modern Charm School, we do shop for our community, but it's community-wide. It's not specific to the woman in front of us. And you don't get direct message access to me the way that you do inside of Style Masterclass. This is a lot more high touch, high glove service. Both programs are amazing. It just depends on where you're at right now. And then here's the videos from our past alumni. So you can get a sense of other people's stories and not me just telling you their stories. You can hear it directly from them. So if you click on that link, it'll send you straight to the payment button, but feel free to scroll the page and get some more information. This Saturday, I'm doing what's called an open house. So I'm going to give you like a real sneak peek behind the scenes so you can see all of what the details are, what it looks like behind. If you're all in now, here's what happens. You click, you buy, you will get immediate access to all the goodies. So you can kind of get a leg up, as I like to say. For my high achievers, I know this is super important to you. You get a week ahead of everyone else, a chance to watch all the videos, get all in on there, get everything you need. And then we open up our private Slack room on the 23rd. So you'll start to meet your cohort, spend some time with them, and be good to go, ready when we have our welcome call on the 27th. So we're open this week. Feel free to join anytime. If you have any questions, we get off this call and you're like, oh, I wish I had asked Judith that. No problem. You're just going to hit reply to any of those emails that I've sent you, or we'll be sending you about this program, about all the upcoming goodies. We've got you. That's the important part of it. Like, even if you've never done this before, friends, we've got you every step of the way. I'm here to support you every single step of the way. You're not going to get like some other people working, like it's me, because I'm super, super invested in this being the last time you have to worry about having a makeover. I'm super invested in like, this is the last time you think about this thing and you move on to go do your work in the world confidently and stylishly. That's what we want to do. We want to solidify your wardrobe in 8 weeks and get you back to work. So loves, I'm going to hang out for a few more seconds. If anyone has any questions, otherwise I will cut you loose for the night. I will see you on the other side. For those of you who decide to join us, I'll see you in the Slack room. I will see you on the 27th for a welcome call, and I can't wait to welcome you inside Style Masterclass. All right, lovies. Let's see. I got some questions. Love this. Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure, you all. My pleasure. I can't wait to see you, Christine, on the other side when you're ready to join us. All right, loves. Miss J out.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. To learn more about how to work with me, go to judithgaton.com. Click on the Start Here button to get access to my free personal style class. I give you a quick style win, a confidence boost, and you walk away with the tools to start getting stylish. Who doesn't love that? See you there. Miss J out.